Hi, this is not a book review. I just wanted to talk about this book. It's called Orlando, written by Virginia Woolf, published in 1928, I believe. For anyone who hasn't read this book, it follows the story of a person called Orlando across the centuries. Orlando is born as a man and goes on to live for about 400 years. And then at one point in his life, Orlando wakes up as a woman, just like that, the way it happens in fiction. Throughout my reading of this book, I have kept asking myself, what exactly is this book trying to do? Like, what is the purpose of this? Following that chain of thought, I am 20 right now, and somehow I already feel like I have lived so many different lives through my own experiences or through other people's stories, through books, through movies, through things I've seen. Sometimes I think that I've lived enough to completely change the way I see the world. Uh, you know, at least once every day, I still find myself thinking that I cannot imagine Sisyphus happy anymore. Now, imagine someone who has lived for about 4 centuries. Imagine the experiencing the world first as a man, then as a woman, everything that you would witness, everything that you would learn, the experiences, the life you would live. This in a way, this book is an account of all of that. So whenever something significant happens in our lives, we often say that I'm not the same person anymore. And of course, significant here is subjective. Why what might change me might not change you at all. So the obvious question becomes, is Orlando the same person? And if not, what changed? Let's talk about the gender switch for now. My answer was immediately no. Orlando is Orlando, man or woman. The memories are still there, the consciousness is still there. This Orlando as a person feels continuous. But then Wolf shifts your attention somewhere else, from Orlando to the world around Orlando. The way people speak changes, their expectations change, the freedom changes, and entire possibilities of life suddenly disappear or open up. And that is when I started having internal conflict with this book, because I have always strongly believed in individuality. The not the cliche that everyone is unique. I actually agree that there are very few unique experiences. Everybody falls in love, everybody loses people, everybody fails, everybody moves away, everybody grieves. What I think is truly unique is the way each of us experience those things, the lens through which we see them, and the meaning that we assign to them, and the way we carry them afterwards. Like the same thing can happen to me and you, yet leave both of us with completely different words inside our heads. And because of that, I think I have always liked the idea that every person has a unique identity that belongs to them alone, something that exists independently of everyone else's opinion, a self that is fundamentally yours. But this novel made that belief a little less obvious. Because if Orlando's inner self remained the same, but the world around him changed so dramatically that Orlando began living a different kind of life altogether, then who much of who he was actually his and not the world's? And who much of who we become is actually ours? It is an unsettling question. And frankly, so because I want to believe that there is a version of me beneath all of this, beneath the way, beneath where I was born, beneath the way people perceive me, beneath the expectations that they place on me, the beneath the expectations that I place on them. A version of me that would remain, recognizably remain me, at least to me, if not anyone else, no matter the circumstances. But would it? Like, if you took me exactly as I am and changed my gender, or changed my century, or changed the society that I grew up in, or the opportunities that were available to me, would I still become this person that I am at core? Or is this version of me only possible because of the life that I just happen to live? And while thinking of all of this, I realized something, that maybe it's two different questions. It's what makes me, and the other is what makes me become the person that I am. Like, one, I believe experiences shape us. Definitely. Every conversation that you have changes your mind. Every friendship, every heartbreak, every mistake that you still think about years later, every book that you read, everything that they leave something behind. So maybe I was wrong to think that identity exists separately from experience. Or maybe experiences don't replace identity, maybe they just shape it. They reveal the parts of it that otherwise would have remained hidden. And wondering whether Orlando is the same person, or whether Orlando is the same consciousness moving through such radically different experiences, then becoming a different person is almost inevitable. So maybe change is inevitable, even the core of who you are.